Let's go ahead and start this off with a bang and mess up right away. My name is Carl Peterson, is what I was attempting to say. I'm Credit Suite's content and social media lead. Of course, we are joined by Alfredo in the virtual studio, who will be helping us with chat and putting up some relevant QR codes throughout, and also dropping relevant links in chat throughout as well. So make sure you keep an eye out on those. This is a live stream, so if you say hi, I'll say hi back. If you're joining us today, I'd love to give you and your business a shout out. So whatever platform you are watching this on right now, drop your business and where you're located. It's one of my favorite things in this stream is seeing where everybody is and what all the cool stuff people are doing out there. So please let me know. You can even put a few words in that same message on what your business does, and I'll make sure to read those out. Pretty cool. Let me tell you, you picked a really good place to be right now, because we have a very, very informative live stream planned for you. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to be laying out 4 common mistakes to avoid when seeking business funding. Now, of course, there's like way more than 4. There's probably like 4 million things you want to avoid, but I'm highlighting the 4 things that you want to have on the very top of your list. But before we dive into that, I want to let you know that even though this is a live stream right this second, whenever this stream ends, it does become an on-demand recording. So whatever platform you're joining me on right now, if there's anything you wanted to hear again or something that I'm about to mention that you didn't catch the full thing or want to learn again, don't worry. It's not gone forever. Just check back on the platform you're watching on for that video today. So if you're with me, let me make sure that everything's good to go. Who's ready for number 1? Again, this is a live stream, so don't be a stranger. The number 1 common mistake to avoid when seeking business funding. You ready for this? It's not having your Fundability Foundation in check. Alfredo, let's go ahead and put that Fundability QR code on screen for me, please. And honestly, let's just leave it up until the end, because this makes our number 1 top spot for an absolute reason. And I also want to make sure that you have everything that you need for success. So you can scan that QR code on the screen anytime. Alfredo, could you drop a link in chat? Click that link as well in the moment that it comes through in just a second, and it will take you to our free Fundability mini course. This is something we talk about all of the time. So if you're a repeat viewer, you're probably going, oh my gosh, I can recite this in my sleep, which is good. All business owners, especially new business owners, have to make sure that your Fundability Foundation is correctly set up. Let me catch up here in chat. Stephen Wilson coming in from Facebook. Flying W Holdings LLC, Texas real estate, Airbnb, construction, fix and flips. Stephen, that's a great business to be in, great location to be in as well. Texas is booming, is it not? Great location. Stephen, you also want to stick to the end. I got something specifically for real estate investors you're going to want to know about. Levon comes from YouTube. Go Labs Mobile Services, in-home blood draw and dot testing. Wow, that's incredible. Levon, where are you located? That's a really cool business. Wow. So the number 1 common mistake, Fundability Foundation. So the word foundation is a key indicator as to what this term means, right? Levon, South Carolina, incredible. Thank you for being here. So the Fundability Foundation, right? Let's look at the word foundation. It gives away what Fundability Foundation is, right? It's literally the foundation of your business and the main things you have to have in order to get funding, hence the name Fundability Foundation. So some of the Fundability Foundation checkboxes may seem super obvious right away, such as like making sure your business has its own bank account, for example, while others, they may seem like kind of a passing thought and may not be a big deal on the surface until you keep getting denied for funding and you can't figure out why. These are things like having a professional business email, or having a business address properly set up, or having a business phone number, for example. We have people reaching out to us every single week who think they have all these things ready to go, no problem. And then they find out that's not the case at all. And you may have a phone number for your business, but is it set up correctly? Right. And then I'll follow that up by asking, but are you sure of that? The Fundability Foundation is a crucial part to funding, and that's exactly why it's something we talk about all of the time. You want to scan that QR code on the screen, or head over to creditsuite.com/foundation. It's a free, completely free mini course to take. You should do this if you're a brand new business wanting to learn how to set things up correctly. You should also definitely do this if you're an existing business that wants to double check everything is right on your end. And I'm telling you, folks, this is something you cannot skip over. It doesn't matter if you're pulling in $1 million a day with your business. Congratulations, by the way, if you're doing that. But it doesn't matter if you're doing that or not. Don't let an email address keep you from more success. Facebook, Lake, California. Ooh, I wish I was in California right now. It is absolutely freezing where I am. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Now, the second common mistake to avoid when attempting to get funding too early is, excuse me, I'm all, guys, it's the new year. I'm coming back from a Christmas break. I'm all over the place right now. I messed up the name. I messed up my sentences. My goodness. Thanks for bearing with me today. What I was attempting to say is the second common mistake to avoid is attempting to get funding too early. My goodness. Hope you guys are with me. Hope you guys are hanging in through the mess ups. But that is important to getting funding too early. Now, I want to be very clear on this one, right? So we truly believe that all business owners should have a business line that is available for you to access, whenever you need it, even when you don't need it, right? And we also believe that it's never too late and it's never too early to get funding. But sometimes you aren't ready to get funding yet. And what does that mean? Well, we just talked about Fundability Foundation and the importance of that. And if you don't have that foundation in check, then you need to do that before you try to get funding and waste time. But there's other aspects to jumping the gun you need to sort out before, right? Things such as like not having a clear and precise financial plan for your business, or having red flags on your business credit reports that can easily be sorted out possibly, or not understanding market value. Now, of course, it's possible to get funding with these things, but it's a heck of a lot easier to get funding when you're completely ready to get funding without these additional roadblocks. And this may take more time on the front end of things, but it will absolutely help you reach success quicker in the long run. Jared on YouTube, coming in from Pennsylvania. Nice to see you. Steven, Facebook, how can we scan QR code while I'm watching on my cell phone? That's a great question. You can also go to creditsuite.com/foundation. Alfredo, if you go ahead and just drop that chat in chat again for me. Steven, just click that link directly. You should be able to do that directly in chat, because you have a good point. If you're watching on a cell phone, you can't scan that QR code. So a link will be dropped in chat for that foundation course in just a second for you there, Steven. Thank you. Now, number 3, moving right along. Number 3, the third common mistake to avoid when seeking business funding is picking the wrong lender. So many people look at job interviews as a one-sided interaction, right? When in actuality, you need to interview them at the same time to make sure it's exactly what you were searching for in a job. Well, this same concept that almost everyone can relate to at one point in their life or another applies the exact same when attempting to get funding from a lender. Look, I am not going to sit here and pretend that the unexpected just doesn't happen. Sometimes you're trying to get funding to simply just make it to Friday. I totally get it. But in a situation where you can actually take your time and plan things out in detail, you need to know going in that it's a two-way street. And unfortunately, in the world of finance, not just business funding, all of finance, including consumer side of things too, right? It's one of the most predatory industries in the world. So be confident in your decision and be at ease with who you are attempting to get funding from. And on the other side of that, even if a lender has no ill intent and they check all the boxes of being a completely legitimate source to get funding from, you should still walk away feeling fully confident that you made the right choice. So the third common mistake to avoid is rushing into funding with a nearsighted mentality. It's easy to do. So try to be over the top self aware. Does the lender have a good reputation online? Is the lender someone that you can leverage your relationship with down the road for more funding or better terms? Does this lender meet all the needs that your business has without sacrificing anything in the process? Are the rates this lender is offering right now the same or lower than others? If you answered no to any of these, consider other options maybe. Because it's hard to walk away from $50,000 waving in your face, but when you fully understand that they aren't the only ones who are willing to hand that out to you, then you have all the insight that you need to take a step back and make the best decision for you and your business now and long term. So when you're able to take your time with the decision, take your time with the decision. And finally, not being realistic is the number 4 common mistake you want to avoid. This gets in the way of so many great things. In most cases, outside the tiny little like 0.1% of companies like OpenAI, for example, where you can have cargo ships of money knocking on your door, you're not going to land $500,000 in funding with no cash flow, a poor business credit report, and and being a brand new startup. And again, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. But I need you to know that I'm saying this not to completely rip your dreams away or anything. And I'm also not saying it to dampen the mood with negativity. I'm also not telling you that your business will never reach those heights one day. But all I'm saying is that you have to be realistic at this point with the funding process and understand that sometimes in business, especially when it comes to funding, some things are a stepping stone. That first step might be $2,000 in funding with the highest interest rates you've ever seen in your life. And that's okay. That's okay. But one of your top priorities should be going into the situation with a very clear understanding of your business goals and the current realistic market value and all the factors are counted in, right? And if you do that one little thing, you won't be let down, and you also have a lower chance of being turned down. So that's a bit of a win-win. So let's do a recap here. The 4 common mistakes you need to avoid when seeking business funding. Number 1, not having your Fundability Foundation in check. Scan the QR code or go to creditsuite.com/foundation for that. Number 2 is attempting to get funding too early. Number 3, picking the wrong lender. And number 4 is not being realistic. Credit Suite is very easily able to recognize each of those 4 mistakes, plus the thousands of others that business owners can make. And we can save you time, headache, and help you also reach success that you have worked very hard for much quicker. If you give us a call at 877-600-2487, or Alfredo, let's throw up the consult QR code, please. Or you can scan that if you're watching on a computer, the consult QR code, or just click the link right now that was just dropped in chat. Look, we are the leading name in this industry for a reason. Okay, so if you give us a call directly or fill out the form, the very quick form at creditsuite.com/consult, one of our trained experts will be able to answer any questions and guide you through any complications or worries you're currently experiencing. Look, when you get on the phone, make sure you let them know that you're in today's live stream so that they take good care of you. Let me catch up here. Greetings from Houston. How's it going, Jay? Thanks for joining us today. Additionally, in 5 days, Stephen, I hope you're still in chat. Stephen from Facebook, I told you there was going to be something about real estate. Here it is. You're going to want to know this, Stephen, and absolutely everybody involved too. In 5 days. So this upcoming Tuesday, I think that's right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yes, 5 days from now, we are doing a special stream with Credit Suite CEO Ty Crandall. He's going to be walking you through how to secure $250,000 in real estate fundings. You do not want to miss that. Head over to realestate250k.com to make sure that you have your spot reserved. And trust me when I tell you that there's going to be incredible information you can't miss. You can scan the QR code right now to reserve your spot for that live stream. You can also click the link that was just dropped in chat, or just remember realestate250k.com and you can head there directly. Steven, sweet. That's correct. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that follow button on whatever page you're watching on. We do weekly live streams plus daily content that you can't miss. Thank you, Alfredo, for managing the chat and everything else going on in the virtual studio. Thank you, everybody, for the stream and coming out and interacting with me today. Have a wonderful upcoming weekend, and we look forward to speaking with you very soon. We'll catch you in the